Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Carolyn Rayborn Gymnasium on the campus of Sheldon High School in beautiful Eugene, Oregon, as tonight we get ready to bring you Roseburg High School basketball on the score. For the final time of the 2026 season, the Roseburg boys hit the road, and they'll take on the Irish on senior night. It's going to be a jam-packed gym for this one this evening. They've got a lot of visiting guests for the pep band. They've got a lot of fans in the stands celebrating the seniors for the Irish. And the Roseburg boys are coming in looking to play spoiler against one of the top teams in the Southwest Conference tonight. As we get ready for tip-off, we welcome you into the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. That is Roseburg Disposal. Give them a call at 673-7122. Well, good evening, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday night as we get ready for high school hoops here on the score. I'm Joey Keeran. Great to be with you as always, getting to bring you Roseburg High School sports as we get out in the community and get an opportunity to make the connection with you and the teams here in 2026. As we make our way through this season, we're down to the final two games left to go on the schedule. Tonight here at the Irish, and next Tuesday it'll be the final home game, senior night for the Roseburg boys as they welcome in the South Eugene Axe. It's definitely not been the season that Roseburg was hoping for. Injuries have definitely played a part of that. And it's just been a tough season for the Tribe. But tonight they look to try and see if they can find some silver lining to put to it. And if they can pull off a win against the Sheldon Irish, it would definitely put a silver lining on things tonight. Roseburg against the Sheldon Irish have lost 4 straight. And since the 2013-2014 season have gone 4-17 against Sheldon. The last time the two teams met was back on January 23rd when the Irish pulled away late for a 101-83 victory. It was an 8-point game with 5 minutes left to go in the contest, but Sheldon would ramp things up down the stretch, going on a 17-7 run to finish out the ball game. Roseburg had gone on a 10-0 run to get back into that one to get within 8 points, and tonight the Indians look to see if they can catch the Irish, maybe overlooking this Roseburg squad, and see if they can find a way to put it all together for this evening's contest. We'll take a look more at the matchup here tonight between these two teams as we make our way towards tip-off. We'll have a conversation coming up with head coach Brett Nixon. It's our Bowers Industrial pregame coaches interview that'll be coming up for you here in just a couple of minutes as we get ready for tip-off tonight here at Rayborn Gymnasium on the campus of Sheldon High School. A bit of an earlier tip for us here tonight, although with the senior night festivities, we are going to start a little bit later than the 5:15 tip. Well, we might be pretty close to on time, actually, for all of it. But nonetheless, we're going to have the game getting started for you here very soon, and we look forward to bringing you the action tonight here on The Score. Why don't we go ahead and get in that first time out of the Roseburg Disposal pregame show, and when we come back, we'll have our conversation with head coach Brett Nixon. It's our Bowers Industrial pregame coaches interview when we return after this 2-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Back here with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dome for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. It's time now for our Bowers Industrial pregame coaches interview as the Roseburg Indians get ready to take on the Sheldon Irish. And joining us is Coach Brett Nixon. Coach, here we go. Final road test of the season for you guys. Down to the final last two games of the regular season. Just kind of how are things with the team as the season is winding down here?
Well, spirits are still up. And so that's the positive point of the whole thing with, not being able to get any wins, but coming close in a couple times. It's hard on them, but I think they're coming through pretty well.
You've got guys that will be winding down their high school careers here in the next two games, and just what do you feel like the team's mentality is going into this? Is it go out and have some fun and just try to play some clean basketball, maybe see if you can pull off something magical?
Yeah, I think, I told them on the way up, said, let's go out and shock the world. I mean, I think they're playing just we got nothing to lose, right? So let's go out. If they're overlooking us, then maybe it's a trap game for them, and we might be able to pull something off. Who knows?
Yeah. This Sheldon team, you guys had them down at your place earlier, and it was a high-scoring affair that for both teams in that one, and one that I was looking back at my previous story, the way I put it was that Sheldon had a hard time putting you guys away in that game. Fourth quarter, it was single-digit deficit, and they finished on a hot streak. But obviously, some felt like maybe you guys showed that you guys can kind of hang with this team. Obviously, you would like to see it a little lower scoring than it was, but you guys were able to prove that you weren't run out of the gym by the Irish the first time around. Do you feel like that's maybe a bit of a confidence boost?
Oh, absolutely. So the guys realized that they could hang with this team because they did it for 3 quarters, almost 3.5 quarters. So, I think they've got a little confidence going into this, saying, hey, we did it once, now let's cut out some of those mistakes in the fourth quarter and see if we can finish one out.
What did you feel like you guys might have learned from that game that you can hopefully then put into effect into this one here today?
Ball control, and also too not getting rattled. Because they're going to try to speed us up, try to drive us to make mistakes. Just staying calm, trust your teammates, make the right pass, make the easy pass. Sometimes we try to get too cute with it, and we're going to skip it from one side of the key to the other. Why? There's traffic there. Kick it outside for an open look, and unless we can practice, we've been looking pretty good doing that. So hopefully we can put that to a test today.
All right, Coach. Appreciate the time, and best of luck out there tonight.
All right, thanks, Joe.
That is Coach Brett Nixon, our pregame interview brought to you by Bowers Industrial, a proud supporter of our local community and youth sports. We're about ready to get the national anthem here. We've got your Southern Septic Service starting lineups coming up in just a moment, so stay with us for that. That does it for the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. We'll come back with the starting lineups and the opening tip-off from Sheldon High School. Roseburg and Sheldon squaring off tonight in the Southwest Conference here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today. Financial security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Welcome you back here to Sheldon High School as we get ready for your Southern Septic Service starting lineups. From residential to commercial, Southern Septic Service has your behind covered when it comes to septic tank pumping and inspections, portable toilet rentals, and grease trap cleaning. Southern Septic Service is woman and veteran owned and a proud supporter of our local sports teams. Well, taking a look at the starters for tonight's matchup, we will first start off with the Roseburg Indians. They are the visiting team tonight here in the Road Blacks. White numbers on the front and the back. Outlined in orange. Roseburg across the chest. And white. And the orange trim up and down the sides of the tank tops and the around the edges of the shorts for the Roseburg boys. All right, here we go. They're announcing the starting lineups. Brett Nixon, the head coach of the Roseburg Indians, putting together a starting five. Harrison Scott, the senior, averaging 17.3 a game. Tristan Frabel, a junior, averaging 6.7. A senior at 6'2", averaging just under 8 points a game. That's Jaden Kemmerly. Joining the starting five tonight will be Preston Sprague, the junior, at 6'5", averaging just over 8 points a game. And Gannon Egbert, the junior, at 6'3", coming in at an even 4 points per game. Roseburg coming in at 0-22 on the year, 0-10 in conference play. On the other side, for the Sheldon Irish, led by head coach Brian Brancato, the second-year coach for the boys. He did spend 14 seasons coaching the Sheldon girls, winning 6 Southwest Conference titles. They are the reigning conference champions, but they've got some work to do to try and repeat this year. Brian Brancato, the reigning coach of the year as well. His starting five will be Kai Gallick, the senior, averaging 12.4 a game. Matt Shuck, the 6'5" senior, averaging 6 points a game. Kai Holmes, the 6'7" senior, averaging 14.4. Gino Marzano, the senior, 6 foot, averaging 8.8. And Garrett Culp, a 6'2" senior, averaging 7.1 a game. That is a look at tonight's Southern Septic Service starting lineups for Roseburg and Sheldon here tonight. And we get ready to go for tonight's contest. It's great to have you with us, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We want to remind everybody that tonight's game is streaming live with the video coverage at 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel. You can head to 1490 The Score on YouTube. Find us there. Hit that subscribe button, and you'll be able to follow the action along with us there. If you hit the subscribe button, you can get notified when we go live with another broadcast of Roseburg High School sports here on The Score. And stay with us throughout the upcoming spring sports season as well. We're across the way from the benches, sitting high atop the bleachers, back behind the pep band here tonight, which is a big one with the invited middle schoolers here tonight. So they're going to be loud and proud here tonight. And they are right here with us, so you might hear the pep band just a bit. The opening tip is won by the Irish. They'll move it right from left to on your radio dial. Driving in and getting the first points of the night is Kai Holmes. And Sheldon will take the early 2-0 lead. Kai Holmes last time was the leading scorer for Sheldon, but was ejected from the game after back-to-back technicals in a row. And left the game in the second half, but ended up still being the leading scorer for the Irish, despite leaving the game early. Pass tipped out of bounds, stays with Roseburg as they were facing the press, able to get it across the timeline. On the left side with it is Frabel. Bounce it out to the top, gets it to Sprague. To the right wing, driving in, Egbert will kick it out to Kemmerly, and Jaden Kemmerly will put Roseburg in front as he sinks a three to get things started here tonight for the Indians. Up the floor come the Irish on the left side. Out to the top, driving right side with it is Shuck. Gives it away. A long two from just inside the arc, off the mark, but a putback bucket. That comes down no good. Coming down with the rebound is Shuck. He goes to the floor, keeps the dribble. They pass it along the baseline, sailing in, looking for a two-hand flush. Kai Holmes gets hit as he goes up, and it'll be a foul on Roseburg. 4 attempts on that possession for Sheldon. They couldn't get anything to go through the cylinder, but they will result in free throws. Kai Holmes at the line. the transfer from Marist. Left-handed shooter, puts it up and puts it down. He's got 3 to get the ball game started, and we're tied at 3-all, looking to give Sheldon a advantage here. Back in front. That might have missed everything. The rebound catching, I think, Preston Sprague off guard. The fact that I don't even think it touched the front of the rim. An air ball grazing the net. Came down and ended up going off of Preston Sprague out of bounds because I don't think that's exactly where he expected it to be. Inbound goes to Holmes. He's going to get an easy 2 on that one. So he goes 1 for 2 at the line, gets the inbound pass, and is able to get an easy lay-in to make it 5-3. A 3 from the right corner, hit as he puts it up, and it goes through for Tristan Frabel, and he'll head to the line for a possible 4-point play. Frabel sinks one from the right corner. That's been the spot for the Indians so far, and he'll look to complete the 4-point play at the free throw line. Foul goes against Kai Holmes. His first. Both teams with 1 team foul at the free throw line for the 4-point play for number 4, Tristan Frabel. So the shot counts 6-5. Roseburg in front. Here comes the and 1. Frabel, 4-point play. I believe that might be the first time we've seen that. Roseburg has the 2-point lead. Largest margin for the Indians so far tonight. On the left side, Holmes with it. Gets a screen. Will pull up for the 3. Puts it up off the right iron. No good, but the rebound down into the corner for Shuck. He puts one dribble on the ground, sends it out to the top. From the right side attacking goes Marzano. He's too strong with the lay-in. Tipped out off of Roseburg. So the Irish again will get another chance. So far it's been those second chance opportunities for Sheldon that they have been winning the advantage. They'll inbound from underneath their own hoop with 28 on the shot clock. Out to the top, Holmes dumps it down underneath, slapped away by Egbert, but it goes right back to Holmes, and he tacks, hits from the left side with yet another lay-in. And he has been able to get to the rim and finish. He ties it up at 7-all. Ball tipped out of bounds on the far side, stays with the Indians as it goes into the Sheldon bench. It'll be Kemmerly to inbound from the far side. 7 points early going for Kai Holmes. Lob across the floor. Goes to Frabel here on the near sideline. He'll work the dribble out between the circles. Get the zone defense here from the Irish. Kemmerly passes through it to the right side. Frabel's pass tipped and out of bounds. Again, stays with the Indians. Now 18 on the shot clock. It'll be from the baseline in the corner for Kemmerly. Lobs it out to the top. Sprague gets it. They'll revert it to the left side. Scott comes to get it. Works to the right side. Couple of hesitation dribbles. Fakes the handoff. Back to the top. Sprague will work it left side. Gets it into the hands of Frabel. He tries to attack and split through 2 defenders. Loses the basketball. Taken away the other direction. And might have got a piece of it, but it goes off the backboard and down for Kai Gallick. And he will be the first person not named Kai Holmes to put one in. And we are going to get a timeout taken by Roseburg over on the far sideline. Head coach Brett Nixon calling for the timeout. Took a while to get it called, but he'll get it, and we'll take a 30-second timeout as well. It's 5:36 to go here in the first quarter. It's a tight one, 9-7. Sheldon in front on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Back at Sheldon High School, Roseburg out of the timeout. An entry pass, tried to send it in the middle. It gets tipped up and out of the reach of the Indians, and it's a takeaway by Sheldon. Attacking Kai Holmes, too strong, but the rebound tipped out, and it's another opportunity for the Irish. And this time putting it down is Garrett Cup will put it through, and now the Irish will put some pressure on in the backcourt. Running away from it, Harrison Scott loses the handle, goes down, and up the other direction, a two-hand flush, or to make that a one-hand flush by Kai Holmes, and that's a 4-point turnaround there. And again, Sheldon putting pressure on in the backcourt against Roseburg, and a 10-second count. So the backcourt pressure putting the pinches on Roseburg as they try to get it up the floor. They have not been able to get it away from the Irish. So Sheldon gets it back. Already a quick 4-0 run after that timeout. They've got it, looking to make it a 6-0 run. On the far sideline with it, Cup looking underneath. Back out to the top for Marzano. Bounces it to the left block. Shuck with his back to the basket. Moves to the middle of the lane. Puts it up. The right hook no good. Scott down with the rebound. Harrison will bring it up. Angles to the top of the key. Bounce into the left corner. Kemmerly a three. Yes, sir. Jaden Kemmerly, his second three of the night. And it's back to a 3-point game just like that. 13-10. Roseburg trailing. In the key. Gallick has to send it back to the top as he got stuck. Holmes attacking. Dumps it over the top. Slapped out of the hands of Shuck, but he finds an easy pass. A short one to Kai Holmes. And Kai Holmes continues to just do a ton of damage right at the rim. Trapped in the backcourt, pass up the floor, got lucky to get it through. Kemmerly attacks, and with the right hand, he's able to get to the rim and finish. Jaden Kemmerly, a nice start. He's out to 8 points in the ballgame. Back to a 3-point game, 15-12. Roseburg down by 3 with 3:43 to go. Holmes launches a three, front iron no, but nobody's there to get the rebound. And a second look, another attempt for Sheldon. It's too strong. Shuck misses the third attempt down the floor for the Irish. And Roseburg able to push it up the floor. Into the corner. Frabel a three. Yes! And we are tied as Tristan Frabel and Jaden Kemmerly are feeling it from long range so far. 15 all here in the first period. 3:17 to go. Shuck will hand it off. Gallick attacking with the right hand, dumps it over the middle, into the middle of the key. It's taken away by Kemmerly, but then he lost the handle, and it's taken back by Sheldon. Driving baseline, pass tipped up and out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Irish on their side of the floor. Substitutions coming in. Checking out is Marzano and Cup. Into the game come Jake Morrow and Cooper Anderson. Anderson will inbound it into the backcourt to Gallick, who will walk it across the timeline. At the far sideline, 2:57 to go here in the first quarter. Near side, Anderson's pass injured in underneath, and it's stolen away by Egbert. He'll get it up the floor to Kemmerly. Up the near sideline, finds a man open on the other side. It's Sprague who makes a nifty spin move and finishes at the rim with the right hand to get Roseburg the lead back at 17-15. The Indians in front after the bucket by Preston Sprague, his first points of the night. And we're going to get a foul away from the basketball. It's down underneath. Cooper Anderson whistled for the foul, and a turnover by the Irish. Back into the hands for Roseburg. They lead it by 2. Gavin Michael will check in for the first time tonight. Gannon Egbert will head to the bench for a breather. Roseburg right now hanging in there with Sheldon. Harrison Scott up the left side. Launches all the way across the floor into the hands of Tristan Frabel. Got bumped on the baseline. Tried to save it back in. Turns it over. Up the floor. Morrow attacking from the left side. Got the defense in the air and will draw the whistle with 2:17 to go here in the first quarter. Roseburg leading by 2, and Sheldon with a chance to try and tie it up. They're going to call the foul on Harrison Scott. At the free throw line, Jake Morrow, averaging just over 5 points a game. First free throw does not go down. Coming in will be Kayvon Jones-Kelly. He checks in for Kai Gallick. Kai was nice enough to come over before the game and compliment me, saying that he enjoys tuning in for the broadcast. I appreciate the kind words. Always nice to hear that from the opponents. Try to call it down the middle and somewhat straight and give everybody a good broadcast, and nice to know that Kai enjoys it. 2 free throws, no good for Jake Morrow. Roseburg still in front, leading by 2 after the empty trip to the free throw line for the Irish. Hand off to Frabel. Pass it to Sprague into the right corner. Set up for the 3, but it gets blocked. Good closeout by Kai Holmes. Blocks the shot by Kemmerly. Holmes now has it. Working his way to the middle. Soars to the rim. The finger roll will go down. And Kai Holmes having a huge first quarter. He ties us up at 17. Kai Holmes has all but 2 points for the Irish, and Tristan Frabel at midcourt gets backed up too far, puts his foot across the line, and will turn it over into the backcourt. So the Irish will get it back in a tie ball game, looking to retake the lead. Eli Wallace will come in for the Irish. Wallace, a senior at 6'4". Inbound goes to Holmes. He looks to the bench. Coach Brancato signaling what they want to run in the half court. Holmes will get it out at the top from Morrow, who gets open in the right corner. Thought about the three. The head fake, no. And we get a call of a travel against Kai Holmes, as the Irish are a bit confused by the defense there by Roseburg. Didn't quite know how they wanted to attack it. And it's a turnover by Sheldon, who is letting Roseburg hang around in this one here early on for the second-place team in the Southwest Conference. Frabel out at the top. Left side, Gavin Michael almost lost it out of bounds. He was zigging when Sprague thought he was going to zag, and the pass almost went out of bounds, but Michael saved it. Three from the top, no good by Scott. Michael, the rebound, gets it to Frabel. His three, no good. Underneath, the fight for the rebound. Coming away with it is Anderson for Sheldon. On the left wing, send it across the floor, step into a three. It's no good, and Roseburg, same team battle for the rebound, and it's tipped out by the Indians. They had an easy rebound there, and nobody holds on to it. So Sheldon will get another look at it with 35 on the shot clock, a fresh count there. Still tied at 17 into the final 60 seconds here of the first quarter. Driving in the middle, Holmes, too strong, fight for it underneath, lost out of bounds. The Irish keep it again. Kai Holmes from point-blank range, too strong. It bounces out of the cylinder. Eli Wallace does a good job coming in to fight for the rebound. Jaden Kemmerly will get a breather, and so does Tristan Frabel. Into the game, Trey Brown and Marcus Lobo. Kai Gallick back into the game for Sheldon, as Kai Holmes will get a breather here for the final 50 seconds of the first quarter. Out at the top with it, Wallace hands it off. Gallick, a deep straightaway three. It's halfway down, spits out. The rebound gets tipped to Harrison Scott. He wants to run. He gets up the floor, lobs to the rim. It was knocked out of bounds by Wallace, who gets his hand in on the lob and sends it across the baseline. They were lobbing to the rim where Preston Sprague was sailing in, but the ball was knocked out of his path. Into the far corner to Marcus Lobo, and we get a whistle as he looked to drive to the top of the arc. And call that foul against Jake Morrow, his first. So Roseburg will inbound from the far sideline near the Sheldon bench. Brown will send it into Lobo. Down to 35 seconds to go in the first quarter. 31 on the shot clock. Driving through a defense. Brown kicks out to the right corner. Scott, no. Weak side rebound by Lobo. He'll give it out to Michael, and Roseburg will have the look at the last shot before the end of the first quarter. Scott steps into a straightaway three, and Harrison Scott has his first three of the night, and Roseburg has a lead, 20-17. Down to 14 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Gallick holding in the front court, waiting for the final shot as the clock ticks down. At the top, crossover to his left hand, send it in the left corner. Out to the left wing, Anderson, a three. At the horn, he buries it to tie us up going to the second quarter. At the end of one, it's 20-all on the three made by Cooper Anderson. We'll come back after a 1-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Financial security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Douglas County is your home.
But no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us.
We'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide.
We'll be there with an auto loan for your next vehicle.
And when you're ready to make your dreams a reality, we'll be there with a home mortgage and one-on-one support every step of the way. Because commitment to our members is reflected in everything we do. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Second quarter action for Roseburg and Sheldon. We are tied at 20 here at Sheldon High School. Welcome you back here. Joey Keeran with you. Gavin Michael driving in. Had the runner in the lane. Had a good look at it. He was just off the mark with the shot. Rebound down to Sheldon. They'll bring it up the floor. They tied it on a 3 at the end of the first quarter. They've got a chance at retaking the lead. Hand off. Kai Gallick going to send up a deep 3. It's too strong. And underneath, fighting for the board, Preston Sprague will get the rebound, draws a whistle. This will go on Matt Shuck. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Checking into the game. So Matt Shuck will go to the bench after picking up his foul, his second. And into the game will come Sam Harrison, a 6'10" senior. So watching him in warmups, he's a big guy, can get up to the rim easily. Harrison Scott brings it up the floor after the foul on Sheldon. Roseburg with the basketball. Step back, a deep 3, just a bit short for Scott. Fight for the rebound underneath. Tipped into the hands to Jake Morrow for Sheldon. Morrow bringing it up the floor. Sends it left side, wide open for Kai Gallick, but he lost it. A late whistle will bail him out. He was going up for the one-hand jam, lost the handle on it. It rolls out of his fingers, rolls off the rim, but a whistle will stop play, and Sheldon will get a trip to the free throw line, looking to take the lead in a 20-20 ball game. Foul is called against Trey Brown, his first. And once again at the free throw line, Kai Holmes airballs another free throw. Leading scorer for the Sheldon team. He's got college offers to go to OIT in Southern Oregon. He has airballed 2 free throws. He hits the second, makes it look perfect. And he does give Sheldon the lead at 21-20. Up the left sideline for Harrison Scott. On the left side, Scott gets open for a look at a 3, and he'll knock down another one, his second of the night. And Roseburg's back in front, leading by 2, 23-21. Largest lead for the Indians has been at 2. Driving into the lane, Kai Holmes continues to have a big night. He had 13 in the first quarter. He ties this up at 23 all as he gets open for a lay-in. Looking to drive through, off the line for Preston Sprague. Made a nice move to get an open look at the basket from point-blank range, but his shot sails wide. Toss out to the far side with the basketball. Head fake, driving in. Marzano gives it up in the corner for Holmes. He'll draw it back out. Kai Holmes now with 16 in the game. His finger roll short, loose ball. It's picked up by Brown. Is Holmes still down on the ground, up the floor. Get it to Gavin Michael, who is shoved in the back by Gino Marzano and sent to the back wall behind the baseline. Bit of a dangerous foul call there. Marzano will pick up the foul, and to the line will go Gavin Michael. Michael will have a chance at his first points of the night. First foul on Marzano. Gavin will knock down the first. Gives Roseburg the lead back. Tonight's game brought to you by Flyway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyway Travel. Make sure you have an agent in your corner. Call them at 541-672-5701. Second free throw goes down, and it's 25-23, Roseburg in front. They've been really putting the pressure on Sheldon tonight. Dump it underneath the 6'10" senior Harrison. His hook shot dances on the iron and finally drops through to tie us back up at 25. His first points of the night. Out at the top, Harrison Scott, back and forth dribble, sends it out. The ball tipped. It'll go out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Indians. .5:47 to go here in the first half. Roseburg's got to make sure they don't let Sheldon get hot and go on a run to finish out the first half. That's how things ended the first time. There's a deep 3 left side. Harrison Scott, no. The 6'10" big man Harrison, he was up above everybody else to pull down the rebound. Into the far corner, a 3 for Sheldon, rattles in. Marzano puts it down, and the Irish are back in front, 28-25. Neither team is led by more than, I think, 4 was the largest lead for Sheldon in the first quarter. Left side, Harrison Scott driving in. A fadeaway, long 2, too strong. And it's only Irish underneath the basket. Up the floor, though, pass picked off by Preston Sprague, and he ends up trying to pass it to no one in particular. And it's a turnover by Roseburg. And an easy bucket for the Irish. Marzano with the 2. Now we get a whistle to stop play. Sheldon in front by 5, just like that. Preston Sprague did a good job of stepping in front and getting the pass, but for some reason decided not to take it himself, tried to dump it off to Harrison Scott, who wasn't looking for the basketball, and it was easily taken back by Sheldon. Corner 3 by Tristan Frabel, needed that to stop the bleeding there. A 3 by Frabel, and Roseburg's back within 2. Gallick on the right side, working against Lobo. They working now across to the left side into the hands of Holmes. He takes off with the left-hand dribble to the top. Marzano, kick to the far side to Gallick, almost lost it. Drives in, makes a pass late, tipped out underneath by Michael. It'll stay with Sheldon. The Irish will have it underneath their own basket, and it'll come after this timeout. The Sheldon Irish will take a timeout with 4:26 to go here in the first half. It's a 2-point ball game, 30-28. Sheldon in front by 2. We'll take a 30-second break here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Roseburg basketball on the Score this season has been brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. And by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. A 2-point ball game in favor of the Irish. They'll have the basketball out of a timeout. It goes into Gallick. Holmes gets it at the top, wants to feed it underneath. Turnaround jumper from point-blank range. No. Rebound pulled down by Frabel. After the miss by Wallace, he commits the foul. And Rose will have it. Foul number 3 on the Irish here in the second quarter. Neither team yet towards the bonus. Inbound, Egbert, Lobo, Scott, Michael, and Frabel on the floor for the Indians. Frabel will get it on the right side. Dribbles out to the top. They'll reset, lob it to the far side of the floor. With it, Lobo brings it back to the right side. Looks to attack. Going one-on-one against Gallick. Had it almost poked away. Keeps it and makes a pass. He might have gotten away with the travel there, but he makes the pass and gets it to Gannon Egbert, who will get his first points of the night. And Roseburg has tied it back up. We're knotted at 30. A 5-0 run by the Indians to respond to a 5-0 run by the Irish. Corner 3 attempt is off the mark. Rebound. Roseburg didn't go to it, and attacking to get the basketball. Gallick gets it, then gets fouled as he goes up with the second chance. Frabel was in position, but he was on his heels, didn't attack to get the ball. And cutting off in front of him, Kai Gallick steps in there and takes it away and gets the opportunity at the second chance points. But he gets hit, doesn't get the bucket. He'll head to the line to try and regain the lead for the Irish. His first free throw rims out. Back into the game comes Cooper Anderson. Checking out will be Garrett Cupp. You've got Anderson, Wallace, Gallick, Holmes, and Marzano out on the floor for the Irish. Second free throw goes down for Kai Gallick. And it is back in front, the Sheldon Irish, 31-30. At midcourt with the basketball, Michael hands it off to Harrison Scott, who gets knocked to the floor as he puts it up. It rims off. Up the way we go. And attacking the rim, no, but a follow putback is there for Kai Holmes. And it's back to a 3-point lead for the Irish. And Roseburg trying to run to keep up with Sheldon, driving in and hammered at the rim. Marcus Lobo with the scoop shot. He goes to the floor as he was surrounded by white jerseys. They'll call this one on Eli Wallace, who picks up his second. 14 fouls against the Irish, 2 against Roseburg. At the line, shooting 2 will be Marcus Lobo. the senior, hits his first. Today's game sponsored by McClendon Smokehouse, a family-owned meat shop and smokehouse offering a wide selection, plus fresh produce, baked goods, and a general grocery selection. Stop by on West Harvard Avenue. That is McClendon Smokehouse. One more free throw coming. Lobo hits them both. He's got his first points of the night, and Roseburg's back within one, 33-32. High-scoring first half here between the Irish and the Indians. Kai Holmes gets it. Makes the pass to the weak side. Wide open was Jones Kelly. He couldn't get it to go. Holmes somehow is there for the loose ball rebound, and he gets another putback point. The guy has been everywhere tonight for the Irish. Driving right side, Egbert makes the pass to the baseline cutter, but the shot is blocked by Holmes. Gavin Michael got it redirected. Up the floor, leaking out, and getting the easy run out too for Sheldon is Marzano. He's got 4 in the period, and he stretches it out to a 5-point lead again, 37-32. Stepping into a deep three, Frabel, no. And the rebound pulled down by Gallick. Sends it up the floor on the left side, out in front. Make the extra pass on the baseline, almost lost it. Was Marzano on the pass by Jones Kelly. Sheldon, though, does keep it, and they'll have it. Send it to Jones Kelly. He goes baseline, got the position, puts it off the glass, and drops it in for 2, and Sheldon's out to a 7-point lead, their largest margin of the night. Roseburg looking to try and stop the bleeding here. Driving baseline, get it to Michael in the lane, kick out right side. Frabel steps in for a 2 as the defense went airborne. His shot comes up long, though, and there for the rebound is Holmes. Holmes into the front court, crossover, goes left, hooks a pass far side. A 3 from the corner, splashes through for Marzano. I said he had 4 in the period, now make it 10. I missed a 3 that he had in there. Marzano hits his second 3 here in the second. He's got 10 in the ball game, and that 3 makes it a 10-point game in a blink of an eye for the Sheldon Irish. 42-32, timeout taken by Roseburg with 1:36 to go here in the first half. The Irish finishing off the first half on a hot streak. We'll take a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Back here at Sheldon High School, Roseburg has kept it close through much of this first half, but a run here at the end of the first half for Sheldon has put them up by 10, their largest margin of the ball game. It's been back and forth. Roseburg's led a good portion of this first half, but now they are trying to finish their second quarter on a hot run themselves. Ball gets stripped out of the hands for Gavin Michael, taken away by Sheldon, and just stepping in front, looking to make the hard foul to stop the run to the bucket. Marcus Lobo will get whistled on the foul against Gino Marzano. It'll be a shooter. Going to the line will be Marzano. 1:21 to go in the first half. Marzano has had a big second quarter, 10 points for him. Swishes in the first free throw. Coming into the contest will be Gavin Kramer, a junior listed at 6'5". Tonight's game brought to you by Gibbs RV Superstore. You gotta get to Gibbs. One more free throw coming. Both of them go down for Marzano. He's going to have 12 points in the period, makes it a 12-point game. And Kai Holmes will head to the bench for a breather here in the final 81 seconds to go in the first half. Some full court pressure, looking to trap Harrison Scott in the backcourt. He'll send it to Gavin Michael, gets it back on the near sideline, back to Michael as they weave their way up the floor. Roseburg into the front court, working against this zone. Driving left side, Harrison Scott, his shot just dances on the iron and will not. It refuses to go down. The rebound got tipped into the hands of Harrison Scott underneath the basket, but he was standing on the baseline, and the ball will go back to the Irish. He had a great look. Looked like he had a good finish. The basket just said no, did not accept it. On the left side, Anderson feeds it underneath to Kelly Jones. Body's on the floor. Jones' shot comes up short. Harrison Scott with the rebound. Working from right to left. Draws a whistle on the far side is Jones-Kelly, I've been giving it backwards. Jones-Kelly whistled for the foul on the far side. That's 5. That should be free throws for Roseburg here. Into the bonus for the Indians. Over the limit for the Irish. It's 46.9 to go, down by 12. Roseburg, it would behoove them to take advantage of the opportunities at the free throw line. Gym is packed here tonight. We've got a lot of young people in the gym as a bucket goes down for Scott. And by that I mean we've got a lot of non-high school students in the gym. We've got a junior cheerleading team here. We've got middle schoolers for the pep band. Back to a 10-point game as Harrison Scott makes both his free throws. Looking for the cutter, driving baseline, knocked off his own shin. Marzano turns it over. Roseburg will get it with 39.7 to go. They could have a chance at a 2-for-1 if they tried to get down the floor quickly. Harrison Scott is going to take his time getting into the front court. Bounces it up the sideline to Kemmerly. Across the floor to Frabel. Frabel inside the free throw line. Finds an open look for Gannon Egbert, who goes high off the glass for 2. Smart play there. And it's down to an 8-point game. Nice job by Frabel not to just force something up. He saw Gannon Egbert wide open right underneath the bucket. Made the extra pass to the open man and get the open look. Dump it down underneath for Kramer. Tosses across the floor to Anderson. Sets up for a 3. And he splashes it in. Count the bucket. Then a foul against the Irish. Cooper Anderson has hit he's hit 2 threes. They've both come very late in a period. This time he hits with 2.7. Last time it was as the first quarter came to an end. So he has had a couple of threes just right around the horn. But then a foul committed, trying to box out underneath for the rebound. Sheldon whistled for the foul, so we'll go the other direction. And that'll send Kemmerly to the free throw line. The foul called against Gavin Kramer. And now Kemmerly has a chance to try and cut into the deficit at the stripe with the clock stopped. He makes the first. He can get it down to a 9-point game if he can hit the second. The right-hander puts it up. It rolls off. Rebound pulled down. Kai Gallick from half court. No. And we will head to the halftime break with our score, 47-37, a 10-point deficit. Roseburg, they are able to cut back into the deficit just a bit before the halftime break, and they will look to try and see if they can keep with the Irish coming up in the second half. 47-37 our score at the halftime break. We will come back with a halftime report, get you caught up with everything, including our Winston Auto Care halftime stat update. We'll have that for you when we return. A 2-minute timeout here. It's Roseburg basketball taking on the Sheldon Irish on the road in Eugene here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Back here at Sheldon High School in Carolyn Rayborn Gymnasium, the Roseburg Indians trailing by 10 against the Irish after a back-and-forth competitive first half. The Indians give up a bit of a run down the stretch for the Sheldon Irish to finish off the first half. A big second quarter by Gino Marzano helps put the Irish ahead by double figures, but Roseburg, good job not to panic too much, able to fight to get back into the matchup. And they had it down at 8 points. A 3 towards the end of the first half by Cooper Anderson helped get it back to double digits. Roseburg cut it back down to just 10 at the free throw line before the first half came to an end. Our score here at the break, 47-37. We'll have a look at your Winston Auto Care halftime stat update in just a moment. Before we do that, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg basketball on the Score. Here at Sheldon High School, taking a look at things, 47-37. Let's first take a look at some team stats from the first half. Roseburg hitting 7 threes in the first 16 minutes of this ball game. Sheldon with just 4 at the free throw line. Roseburg has been good. They're 8 of 9 at the free throw stripe. Meanwhile, Sheldon just 5 of 10. So we'll see how things continue to go with the team stats with the second half coming up. We'll take a look at your Winston Auto Care halftime stat update. Winston Auto Care, your home team for auto repair for over 25 years. Give them a call at 541-679-8685. We'll take a look at that stat update when we come back after this 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today. Financial security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
At Sheldon High School for tonight's final road test of the season for the Roseburg boys. Roseburg girls are down at home at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Final home game of the season for the Roseburg girls. They are not tipping off for another 45 minutes, though, down there. So got a little bit of time before that gets underway. We might be signing off before they get out on the court tonight. Taking a look at individual numbers, our Winston Auto Care stat update for the Sheldon Irish. Leading scorer in the ballgame with 20 points, Kai Holmes. Gino Marzano with 12, all of it coming in that second quarter. After that, you've got 6 points for Cooper Anderson. And then 2 points for Kayvon Jones-Kelly. 3 points for Kai Gallick. Let's see here. 2 points for Garrett Cup and 2 points for Sam Harrison. On the other side for Roseburg in double figures, 10 points for Tristan Frabel. 9 points in the game for Jaden Kemmerly. 8 points in the game for Harrison Scott. Nice even scoring for Roseburg. 4 points for Gandon Egbert. 2 points for Gavin Michael. 2 for Preston Sprague. And 2 for Marcus Lobo. That's your Winston Auto Care stat update here at the halftime break. We'll take our final 1-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look ahead to the second half on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
At the halftime break, wrapping things up here from Sheldon High School. Roseburg trailing 47-37 against the Irish. Joey Keeran here with you. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, if you're watching on our YouTube channel, we ask maybe that you hit the subscribe button so that you can become a subscriber of our coverage here on The Score and follow Roseburg High Sports throughout the rest of this school year. We've got spring sports coming up in March, so plenty more to go before the end of the school year. Want to give you a quick programming reminder. Portland Trailblazers basketball coming up at 7 o'clock tonight here on The Score. For those that are listening on the radio or listening online. If you're watching, you can tune in online or you could tune in on the radio to listen to Blazers basketball coming up tonight at 7 o'clock. They're back after the All-Star break. Portland taking on the Denver Nuggets. We'll join that right at tip-off at 7 o'clock tonight for the Portland Trailblazers. And we want to wish good luck, although they're about to compete here coming up in the next 20 minutes. The Roseburg cheer team is at the Jams National in Las Vegas. They're competing at 6:22 tonight. If you follow Roseburg Cheer on Facebook, you can go to their Facebook page and find a link to be able to stream the broadcast of their competition here this evening. And so that's going on as we get the second half started. So good luck to the Roseburg Cheer team. Apparently they finished first in Game Day Fight Song competition. I wish I could tell you I knew what that meant, but I do not. Kai Holmes underneath gets triple teamed, almost turns it over, but Roseburg whistled for a foul. Opening possession of the second half, Sheldon will earn themselves a foul, and it's a non-shooter, so heading to the baseline to inbound will be the Irish. So good luck to the Roseburg Cheer team as they are competing here tonight. Inbound goes to the free throw line for Matt Shuck. Hands it off to Holmes, who has the 20 points. Spins to his left, and he gets whistled for a travel. Good defense by Gannon Egbert to stay in front of him. Forced him into the walk, and a turnover by the Irish. So Roseburg will have a chance at the first points of the second half. Jaden Kemmerly walks it across the timeline, bounces it, and a lazy pass picked off easily by Holmes. He'll weave his way up the floor, right down the middle of the key, gets to the rim, and lays it in. So an easy two for Kai Holmes right down Broadway. You've got Harrison Scott, Jaden Kemmerly, Gannon Egbert, Tristan Frabel, and Preston Sprague on the floor for Roseburg here to begin the second half. Kemmerly harassed, lobs it underneath for Egbert, into the left corner for Tristan Frabel. That bucket did not want that basketball. That ball was halfway down before it spits out. Quickly going the other direction, going coast to coast for Gallick. No, but a rebound pulled away by Shuck. He tried to feed it to a cutting teammate. It's tipped away. Roseburg has it. Up the floor comes Kemmerly. He gets the defense in the air. Goes with the up and under. The scoop shot good for Jaden Kemmerly, who's having a nice night tonight here on the road. He keeps it a 10-point game, 49-39. Kai Holmes, left side runner, pushes it up to the rim. Fight for it. Sprague tips it into the hands of Egbert, and Roseburg gets the stop. Scott will get it. Cross over to his left hand. Slid on the floor. Gives it to Frabel. Onto the far side. Kemmerly attacks on the dribble. Gets underneath. Muscles his way in there. A lot of contact. No whistle. His shot came up short. Going quickly the other direction. Lob to the rim. Preston Sprague challenges it. Knocks it away from Holmes, who ends up on the ground. Roseburg up the other direction. And Frabel will get the bucket to go down. And a timeout taken by Sheldon here to begin this second half. Roseburg on a run. They have cut it down to an 8-point game, 49-41. The Irish take a timeout. Let's go ahead and use a 30-second break as well on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
5:59 to go in the third quarter. Roseburg back within 8. Tonight's game brought to you by Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC. So Roseburg within 8. Sheldon with the basketball out at the top. Shuck hands it off. Morrow into the game out of the timeout. Kicks into the far corner. A three is good for Marzano, who stays hot. After his hot second quarter, he comes out and buries a three here in the third. 52-41, back out to a double-figure lead for the Irish. On the far side, pass to the top, poked away by Cooper Anderson, who's checked into the game as well. And Anderson will get hit by Gannon Egbert. As he was going up with the shot, Egbert will get the foul. So Cooper Anderson goes to the line, trying to stretch this one out. The largest lead was 12. It's at 11 right now. That was in the first half. A right-hander. First shot rolls around, gets a friendly roll here at home, and Anderson will match the largest lead of the night for the Irish. Now we'll try to get it the biggest lead. Marcus Lobo will come in for Harrison Scott as Roseburg makes the substitution. 5:19 to play in the third quarter. Second free throw, no, and a whistle underneath. It's called against Garrett Cupp. Goes over the back, trying to get the rebound away from Preston Sprague. Anderson 1 of 2 at the line. It will be a 12-point game, and Roseburg with the basketball, facing a press from Sheldon. Frabel handling the basketball, working against Cupp. Gets it into the front court, takes it to the right side of the floor, hands it off to Lobo. Pass to Sprague at the top, goes left side. Pass off the mark and out of bounds into the band. On the floor for Sheldon, Shuck, Morrow, Marzano, Cupp, and Anderson. Lob a pass to the right corner for Morrow. Sends it underneath the Shuck. Double team came. Couple of fakes. Goes up with the left hand. Too strong. Kemmerly with the rebound. Has it poked away by Anderson. Second chance for the Irish. For the no. And a third chance now. And no again. Shuck got the offensive putback. A third attempt after the miss by Anderson. And Sheldon, 3 looks from pretty close. Could not get it to go. Dribbling around pressure. Frabel sends it back out to Sprague. Head fake. Gives it up to Frabel. Frabel. Again, a pass back to Sprague. Left side to Lobo. Enter it down to Sprague. Backs his way into his own teammate. Puts it up. No. Egbert gets the offensive board, and the putback is good. Gannon Egbert gets the bucket for Roseburg. Back to a 10-point game, 53-43. Enter in underneath. Preston Sprague, a nice job, and he will save it in. It gets the way all the way to Kimmerly. And Roseburg gets the stop. Frabel racing up the floor, finds a man open underneath. A reverse shot by Egbert. No, but Sprague, he's been working hard. He puts up a shot, draws a whistle. And Roseburg working hard on the glass to get second chance points here. Preston Sprague, usually the biggest guy on the floor for Roseburg, usually outmanned underneath with the size disadvantage for the Tribe. Working hard here in this third quarter, earns himself a trip to the free throw line. Roseburg basketball tonight brought to you by Waldron's Outdoor Sports. Hunting season, fishing season. Make sure you're prepared with a stop by Waldron's Outdoor Sports, now at their new location at 450 Northeast Stevens in Roseburg. First free throw goes down for Sprague. Matt Shuck will check out of the game for Sheldon. Coming in, Kayvon Jones-Kelly. Sprague hits both his free throws. Roseburg doing a nice job at the line here tonight, and it is helping them stay in this ball game. They trail by 8 once again. On the right side, Cup with it, marked by Lobo right on top of him. To the left side, Anderson has an open look at that wing three. He's hit 2 of them, but they've come as the quarters were coming to an end. That one off the mark. Sprague rebound up the floor to Egbert, and Egbert gets hit as he tries to go up. He'll get a chance to go to the free throw line. And Roseburg, their aggressive nature on the offensive side, trying to get to the rim, is forcing Sheldon into a lot of fouls and is giving the Indians a lot of free throw opportunities. They had 9 in the first half. Sheldon had 10. Roseburg so far here in the second half. This is their second trip to the line, their third and fourth free throws of the second half. Gannon Egbert at the line, knocks down the first. And the deficit is down to 7. One more coming for him. Egbert second. Too strong. Rebound goes down to Kimmerly. He goes back up. It's too short, and rebound is pulled away by Sheldon. So the Irish will have it, racing up the floor. Morrow with it. On the right wing, draws it back out to set up. Jones-Kelly to the top to Anderson. Back to Morrow on the right side. Goes around a screen to the free throw line, tucked it in, throws it up, no, and Kimmerly there for the board. Trying to strip it away from the backside is Anderson, and it's knocked out of bounds. It'll go to the Indians as we get subs. Kai Gallick and Kai Holmes will check back into the game. Cup and Marzano will head to the bench. 3:13 to go in the third quarter. It's a 7-point game. Sheldon in front. It was an 8-point game with 5 minutes to go the first time these two teams met. Then Sheldon went on a 17-7 run to finish out the game in Roseburg and won it 101-83. Roseburg trying to stay in this one and keep it a close game into the fourth quarter again. Give themselves a chance. Frabel in the corner, a lot of fancy dribbling, got trapped and throws it away. Lob up the floor to Morrow on the left side. Surveys, hands it off, gets it right back from Jones-Kelly to the top to Gallick. Looking to the right side, takes off with the dribble, gets around the edge, now turns and passes it back out to Anderson. Has it poked away from behind, and Roseburg has it. Just got to be smart with the basketball here. Throw up the floor. It goes to Egbert. Almost had it stripped. Fights through it. Makes the extra pass to Lobo underneath. He'll give it back to Egbert. Egbert, turnaround jumper in the middle of the lane. Puts it down, and Roseburg's back within 5. 58-48. Or make that 53-48. Holmes at the top straight away. Sends it left side. Jones-Kelly steps into a three. Way off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Lobo, but he can't hang on to it. Loses it out of bounds. So the Irish will get it with a fresh shot clock underneath their own hoop. Roseburg doing a good job of putting the pressure on. Some self-inflicted wounds. Let's help keep Sheldon with a lead in this one. Deep three by Gallick. Rattles through. That one was from way downtown, and he knocks it down. 56-48. And back out to that 8-point lead. Preston Sprague whips the pass right side for Lobo. Tries to split 2 defenders, and he's going to draw the whistle, and that'll put Sheldon at the limit. I thought there was... Maybe not. Thought that was going to be the 15th foul. Maybe I missed the call, or maybe they had already adjusted the scoreboard. That would have been pretty quick. Sheldon does have 14 fouls here in the third. Bounce into the left corner. Lobo attacks, gets free, has a short runner, but it's too strong. Wrestling underneath, we've got Anderson and Egbert getting tangled up. They both end up on the ground, but the foul is going to go against Anderson. And they'll make a substitution. Marzano and Cup come back into the game. Sheldon has 6 players on the floor as Anderson went to the bench, but nobody else did. Yeah, they got to pull somebody off here. They got 6 on the floor. Morrow will go to the bench. And that will be now the 5th foul against Sheldon, so Roseburg does get into the bonus here in the third quarter. And that earns Tristan Frabel free throws. He hits Tristan Frabel. Only other time he went to the free throw line was a chance at a 4-point play in the first quarter, and he made it after making a corner 3. Second free throw. God, those rims have been stingy, both sides. That one was very painful. It was rattling around midway down the cylinder before it kicks back out on Tristan Frabel. So Roseburg just gets 1 out of 2 there. 7-point game, 56-49. Holmes at the top pulls the trigger on a 3. It spits out, and the rebound comes down to Cup. Second chance here for the Irish. Holmes out at the top, working against Sprague. Goes on the dribble with the left hand. Kind of got a leaning with maybe a little bit of a walk, but he also gets hit, and they'll call a foul. They are going to call that on Preston Sprague, who picks up his second. At the free throw line will be Kai Holmes. Holmes with just 2 points here in the second half so far. Third quarter action for us here from Sheldon High School. 1:03 to play in the third quarter. Holmes has airballed 2 free throws, but he makes the first here. 57-49, 1 more to go. Tonight's game brought to you by Evergreen Family Medicine. Expect the unexpected at Evergreen Family Medicine, as the second free throw does not go down. We'll tell you more about them in just a moment. Rebound pulled down by Sprague. Double team in the backcourt. Frabel trying to break it. He'll get across the timeline. Now tries to split 2 defenders. Got tied up, and they're going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Roseburg. There is 50 seconds to go here in the third quarter. .22 seconds on the shot clock after the jump ball call. Into the corner on the far side for Frabel. Working one-on-one with Gallick. Dribbles it out with the left hand. Spins, turns it underneath to Egbert. Turnaround jumper, too strong. Rebound underneath. It's Kai Holmes, the other Kai, that is able to secure it. Down to 31 seconds. Shot clock and game clock are almost identical. Just a little fraction of a second left to go in this third quarter, more than the shot clock. Out at the top, holding for the final shot will be Sheldon. Holmes has it. 18 seconds to play in the period. He sends it back to Kai Gallick, who will back it out. Frabel marking him. Goes around a screen left. Send it right side. Dump it underneath to Holmes. Left-hand shot, no. Rebound pulled down. 2 seconds to go. 1 second. Got to throw it up the floor, and it's going to be too late. And we will head to the fourth quarter with Roseburg down by 8. 57-49 is our score here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. 8 minutes on the board. Roseburg within 8. This is about where they were at last time they took on Sheldon. They were within 8 points with 5 minutes to go in the ball game, and the Irish were able to run away down the stretch to pick up the win against Roseburg. Can the Indians turn things around here in the fourth quarter from what they did the first time against the Irish? Underneath, ball comes out of the hands for Kai Holmes as he goes up for a dunk. He was hit in the act of going up with it, and he'll draw a whistle to start things here in the fourth quarter. 7:51 to play. Kai Holmes at the free throw line getting 2 shots. The foul goes against Tristan Frabel for his first. Holmes at the line, makes the first. So Evergreen Family Medicine, they're serving Roseburg, Myrtle Creek, and Sutherland. Evergreen offers more than traditional primary care. You can always expect more from Evergreen Family Medicine. 1 out of 2 again at the line for Holmes, but the rebound, loose ball, and it's picked up by the Irish. Out to the top, a 3. No, rebound pulled down by Sprague, and Roseburg brings it the other direction. Loose ball, kicks back to, that was Gannon Egbert with the scoop shot. Nifty move there, and Egbert having a good night here tonight. He's got it down to a 7-point game, 58-51. Spin move from the baseline, nearly behind the backboard. Matt Shuck will put it down to stretch it back to 9. 61-51 in the front court. Kemmerly has it, bounces it away, right side for Frabel. Roseburg able to avoid the press on that one. Into the half court with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Egbert one-on-one, draws a double team, gives it up to Frabel. Baseline jumper, he fades away and splashes it down. Tristan Frabel, boy, his jump shot can look real pretty. Down to 6:51 to go in the ball game. Roseburg trailing by 6 now. A deep 3 by Gallick. Back iron, no. Fight for the rebound, and we're going to get, it hits the support wire, and it'll be Roseburg basketball out of bounds to the Indian. Harrison Scott will check in for Marcus Lobo. I must have had a score. I'm not sure if my score just got off or what there, but scoreboard reads a 6-point game. We'll take it. Harrison Scott brings it up the floor, sends it right side to Frabel. His 3 goes down, and Roseburg's got it within 3. The Indians cut it down to a 1-possession ball game. 60-57. Down to about 6:15 to go. Driving in, Kai Holmes gets to the rim and goes into the padding underneath the basket. And a timeout taken by Sheldon as Holmes was slow to get up. Kai Holmes having a big night tonight. He makes it a 5-point game. And I think immediately Sheldon deciding to take a timeout, knowing that Holmes was down and they didn't want the Indians to have the numbers. We're going to keep it right here. Tonight's game brought to you by Roseburg Country Club. Established in 1922, offering an 18-hole course with excellent year-round playability. Find out more at roseburgcountryclub.com. And we want to say thanks to our sponsor, Dr. Alanson Randall. So we've got a tight one here. 62-57 is our score. Roseburg down by 5. You've got Egbert, Scott, Frabel, Sprague, and Kemmerly on the floor, the starting 5 for the Indians. Cup, Marzano, Gallick, Jones-Kelly, and Shuck out on the floor for the Irish. Bounce to the baseline cutter. Too strong on the jump shot by Kemmerly. He had a good look at it, couldn't get it to go down. Gallick up the floor quickly, left side head fake. Cup drives in, gets underneath. Almost lost it, jump pass, finds it to Shuck. Shuck goes up, hit on the wrist as he puts up the shot, and it rolls off. So that'll put Matt Shuck at the line. Roseburg with 2 fouls here in the fourth quarter, none so far for Sheldon. The Indians hanging tight with the Irish. Down by 5 at the moment. Matt Shuck at the line trying to make it more, and his first one hits the front iron and bounces off. Sheldon trying to right now keep pace with South Medford in the Southwest Conference. The Panthers have a 1-game lead. So a loss for Sheldon essentially would take them out of contention for the Southwest Conference title. They've got a lead. They've been in control since late in the second quarter, but Roseburg has not given up. Harrison Scott driving right side. Jump pass to the near side to Frable. Trailing by 6. Frable stops in the lane, has to get rid of it. Gives it up to Sprague underneath, and he spins and goes up with the right hand. Preston Sprague, another 2. And it's back to a 4-point game. Gallick out to the top. They send it to Shuck. Has it poked away by Sprague. Sprague doesn't have the numbers, but he's going to attack with the finger roll. Preston Sprague, the steal and the finish. He's got a quick 4, and Roseburg's back within 2. And the Roseburg Indians pushing the Sheldon Irish here tonight. On the road. Handoff Gallick at the top. Give it away right side. Cup looking underneath. No one's down there. Shuck comes to get it at the top. Hands it off to Marzano. Back to the right side. Head fake, jab step left. Drive in. Baseline jumper short. Rebound is collected by his fingertips by Sprague. Up the floor. Behind the back dribble. Step into a 3 by Scott. It rims off underneath the rebound. Fight for it. Egbert and Cup were going at it. And it's going to be against Roseburg. Trying to step into a 3 in rhythm there for Harrison Scott from straight away, and he couldn't get it to go down. It would have given Roseburg the lead. 63-61. Substitutions for Sheldon. Holmes back into the game. Morrow also checking in. Kai Holmes, leading scorer in the game, gives it up. Left side Gallick around a screen, gets to the top, free throw line, kicks right to Cup. Back out to Gallick at the top, straight away, he backs it out 1 step, hands off, back to Gallick for a deep 3, off the left iron, rebound tips into the hands of Egbert. He's able to get it, Roseburg hangs on, slows it down, Kemmerly working against Holmes in the backcourt. Kemmerly will get into the front court, hands it off to Frable. Frable back to Kemmerly, right side, open look at a 3, puts it up, off the front iron, underneath, offensive board and put back by Preston Sprague to tie us up. Preston Sprague working hard underneath here tonight, and we are knotted at 63 all. Roseburg battling back into this one. We're under halfway in the 4th quarter. Open look from point blank. A hook shot goes down for Shuck. Back gun front go the Irish. And now a turnover. Harrison Scott on the outlet, tried to step in front of it, and Tristan Frable. And a technical foul called against Sheldon. It's Kai Holmes. That's his 3rd technical in a game against Roseburg. He had 2 against the Indians back in Roseburg earlier in the season on January 23rd. He picks up a quick one here. And Kai Holmes will give Roseburg a chance to try and tie this game at the free throw line. It'll be Harrison Scott that'll shoot the free throws. Kai Holmes is a guy that just seems to have a short fuse a little bit. Picked up 2. I think the ones down in Roseburg, he didn't know he had gotten a technical, and he kind of kept talking and didn't realize, I think maybe if he had known he had 1, he might have quieted himself down faster, but he kept talking and he picked up a second one quickly and was ejected in the 3rd quarter at Roseburg back in January. Harrison Scott hits both free throws to tie us back up at 65 all with 3:40 to go in the contest. Tristan Frable with it, left side. Working one-on-one against Gallick. Egbert, pass at the top, almost taken away by Gallick. Frable keeps it. Head fake into a 3, pass underneath to Egbert. Out to the far side for Kemmerly. And a pushing foul called against Sheldon. It'll be their 2nd team foul here in the 4th. So underneath the basket, Roseburg will have the basketball. That's the first foul on Kai Gallick. Harrison Scott will inbound it out to Kemmerly. He hands it off to Scott. Scott fakes the handoff, dribbles left side, gives it up to Frable. Down to 25 on the shot clock, still lots of time, and Roseburg will draw it back out. Frable will reset the half-court offense. Left-hand dribble, gets left side, tries to get around. He's getting forced out of bounds by Kai Gallick as he tried to get around him and put up the scoop shot. And Tristan Frable is going to draw the whistle in the act of shooting. Frable will get a chance to go back to the free throw line. And this would give Roseburg their lead here in the 4th quarter. And I feel comfortable in saying that this is the first time that Roseburg has had a lead this late in the 4th quarter. I don't know if I feel comfortable about saying it, but this could possibly be the first time Roseburg has a lead in the 4th quarter, as both of them go down for Tristan Frable, and Roseburg is ahead 67-65 here in the fourth quarter. 3 minutes to go in this one. And the Indians looking to knock off one of the top teams in the Southwest Conference. Kai Holmes drives in too strong, had contact. He wanted a foul, didn't get it. Ball knocked away from Harrison Scott as he's getting harassed in the backcourt. And a timeout taken by Roseburg, sensing a chance at a turnover there. Coach Nixon will call the timeout. He'll have 2 remaining in this one. Sheldon with 3 left to go. 2:49 left in this one. Let's take a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
2:49 to go in tonight's contest. Reminder, Blazers basketball against the Denver Nuggets coming up at 7 o'clock here on the Score once we get done with Roseburg basketball. They tip off at 7, and we expect that we should be able to get you there in time, barring a lengthy finish to this one here tonight. Roseburg leading by 2. 67-65, under 3 minutes to go. 2:49, full court pressure by Sheldon. Inbound goes to Kemmerly. They got it in, but he gets trapped. He gives it up. Holmes with it, left side. He goes up, and we're tied. Kai Holmes ties it up. He's had a big night here tonight, 67 all. Roseburg facing that press. They get it across into the front court on the left side. Driving in underneath, and a pass stolen away again. And up the other direction we go. Here comes Cup. He will go up and lays it down, and Sheldon has come alive out of that timeout. They'll take a quick timeout, and they lead this one. Now my score, I must have hit a button wrong at some point there. 69-67 is our score. Timeout taken by Sheldon. Let's take a 30-second break here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Out of the Sheldon timeout, the Irish leading this one 69-67, and it'll be Roseburg basketball. As we welcome you back here, Joey Keeran with you at Sheldon High School. Inbound goes to Preston Sprague, picks up his dribble, gets it up the floor. It makes its way to Egbert somehow. Out to the far side for Kemmerly. His shot might have been altered, or he had to put a little more underneath it to try and get it over the outstretched hand of the defense, and it came up short. And Roseburg down the stretch here, trying not to fade away. They trail by 2, 69-67. Marzano gets it out the top between the circles. Goes right side. Holmes now gets it between the circles. Hands it off to Gallick. Crossover, lost it off his foot. Down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. Left side, Cup with it. Holmes has it at the top, down to 6. Holmes looking to take off. Goes right side. He'll draw the whistle with 3 on the shot clock. Tough there for Roseburg. Played good defense, stayed in front, but Kai Holmes with his speed looked to attack and gets hit as he gets to the rim. He'll head to the free throw line. That's been a bit of a challenge for him tonight. Kai Holmes is just 3 for 7 at the free throw line this evening, but he's got a chance to stretch it out to a 2-possession game. His first one goes down. Makes it 70-67. One more to go. Knocks them both in. First time he has gone to the line and hit them both. 4-point ball game. Up the floor, Egbert getting out in front of everybody, and he will get a finger roll to go down. Gannon Egbert having a great night tonight, and he will get a quick 2. Much needed there for Roseburg. Back to a 2-point game. Dribble to the left side for Gallick, taking his time as Sheldon looks to use up clock here. Down to 1:15 to play. Holmes right side to Cup at the wing, marked by Scott. Gives it up to Gallick at the top. He goes left side, kicks out into the corner. Morrow for a three. Had an open look. Back iron, no. Rebound pulled down by Cup. He goes back up with it, and he'll bank it in. 73-69. Up the floor, under 60 to go. Trailing by 4. Roseburg with the basketball, needing a bucket. Out to the top. Sprague into the corner. Kemmerly back out to the top. Harrison Scott for a deep three. Yes, sir! 38 seconds to go. And Roseburg's back within 1. 73-72 on the three by Scott. Out at the top, Gallick with it. About 2 seconds extra on the game clock versus the shot clock. And with 23.5 seconds to go, Sheldon will take a timeout down on the floor. There's 21 left on the shot clock, so it's a 1.5 second difference. 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it right here. Roseburg trailing by 1. They got to get a stop and get the rebound, or get a turnover and get down the floor quickly. They'll have a chance if they can do it. 23.5 seconds to go in this one. By far the best game of the season for your Indians. Roseburg has been in this game all the way through. First half was competitive until the final stretch of the second quarter, when Sheldon put some distance between them and the Indians. But here in the second half, Roseburg has battled their way back, and they have made this one interesting, taking a lead in the fourth quarter against Sheldon. But right now they find themselves down by 1 after a deep three by Harrison Scott. Sheldon out of the timeout with 21 seconds on the shot clock, 23.5 on the game clock. The Irish will be inbounding on the near sideline. It's Morrow, inbounds to Marzano. Roseburg is over the limit, so a foul like that. It's Gannon Egbert committing the foul, and it's going to send Marzano to the free throw line. Even if he makes 2, it's still just a 3-point game, and Roseburg would have a chance to tie it on a 3. And they've made quite a few of them here tonight. Harrison Scott with that 3. I believe that's the 8th 3 of the night. They made 7 in the first half. As Marzano hits the first, makes it a 2-point game. One more coming. There's 19 seconds on the game clock. Shot clock turned off. Second free throw for Marzano. Takes his deep breath, fires it up. It rolls down. 75-72. Pressure in the backcourt by Sheldon. Harrison Scott will get fouled. They had fouls to give here for Sheldon. It comes with 14 seconds to go on the clock. That'll allow the Irish to set up their half-court defense. The ball's going to come all the way to the near side. Roseburg with no timeouts left. So if you're watching online, I'm just correcting it. No timeouts left for Roseburg. 2 timeouts left for Sheldon. Our score, it's a 3-point game, 75-72. Lob into the far side for Frabel. Get it to Scott. He's definitely their 3-point shooter. Down to 7 seconds. He goes left side. Trapped at the wing. He's going to throw up a shot. Oh, he gets fouled in the act of shooting. It almost went down. It looked on target. He would have had a chance to give Roseburg the lead with 2.6 to go if it had gone down, but instead, he'll go to the free throw line, a chance to try and tie it up if he can make all 3. This happened in the Denver Nuggets game last night. Jamal Murray at the line with no time left on the clock, basically. Made the first 2 and missed the third that would have tied the game up and likely sent it to overtime for the Denver Nuggets. Harrison Scott hits the first here. Hopefully we don't see a repeat of that. By the way, Denver and Portland coming up at 7. Second free throw goes down. Harrison Scott needs one more to tie this up with 2.6 to go. One more, the lefty at the line. He hits them all, and we're tied at 75. And a timeout. Well, the scoreboard's reading no. Oh, excuse me, I've got that backwards. It is Sheldon with no timeouts left, and Roseburg had 2. So they'll have 1 left, and Sheldon with none left. It's a timeout taken. We're going to get a 30-second break in here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Social Security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
2.6 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. The big key here for Roseburg, they cannot foul. A foul by the Indians would send Sheldon to the free throw line, so they have got to avoid fouling. Both teams are in the bonus here in the fourth quarter. Sheldon has to go the length of the floor with 2.6. Any bucket will win it. It's Anderson to inbound. He gets it into Marzano from beyond half court. A shot off the mark, and we're going to overtime here tonight, folks. We are at the end of regulation. It's tied at 75, and we will have an extra period coming up here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
4 minutes on the board. First overtime game of the season for Roseburg this year. And it'll be Holmes and Sprague looking to tip it up. It is won by the Irish, moving left to right on your radio dial. Sheldon will have it, looking to try and avoid the upset loss here tonight. Holmes gets it in the lane, goes up, got bumped by Kemmerly. And that's a deserved whistle there. And Kai Holmes will head to the free throw line as Kemmerly picks up the foul. Joey Keeran here with you. Thanks so much for tuning in, folks. Yeah, this is probably the most exciting game we have had of the season. Roseburg saving its best for the tail end. They will be hosting South Eugene for senior night coming up on Tuesday next week. Holmes misses the front end of the free throws here. He'll have another one coming. Kai Holmes at the line. One more, trying to give Sheldon the lead. It's short, that barely touched the iron, and the rebound pulled down by Sprague. Free throws have been his nemesis tonight. He's done a lot of other great things, but at the line, he's struggled. Harrison Scott across the timeline, hit 3 big free throws to finish out the regulation and tie this game up and send it to OT. Out at the top, Frabel, back to Scott. Working against Holmes. Scott goes left, draws a double team. Baseline jumper, got hit as he goes up, went to the ground, doesn't get a whistle. Holmes gets it up the floor. He weaves his way to the middle, attacks, and lays it in. Kai Holmes will give Sheldon the lead at 77-75. Crossover, going right side. Frabel gets underneath, jump stop. Has to find somewhere to go with it. Gets it to Sprague. Sprague double team. Left block. Turnaround jumper. Too strong. Into the hands of Gallick. Up the floor. Out in front of everybody goes Marzano. He gets hit. Goes down hard. He'll get 2 free throws. The extra putback does not go down. So at the line with 2:53 to go in OT. First free throw here for Marzano. Knocks it down. He's been perfect at the line. One more coming. Out to a 3-point game for the Irish. Both of them are true. 4-point lead for Sheldon. OT runs out quickly with just 4 minutes. We're down to 2:45 to play. Frabel, double team, comes out. That's Kemmerly. He bounces it right side, almost gets turned over. A three in the corner by Scott, comes up short. And the ball down to the Irish, who will take their time. Wearing down clock in OT. On the right side, Roseburg looking to get a stop. Out to the left side, Gallick looking underneath. Feed it to none other than Kai Holmes, the foul on the floor before he turns to get up a shot. .223 to play here in the fourth quarter. Kai Holmes at the line, and unfortunately Preston Sprague on a well-played night here tonight. He will foul out of this game. I've got him down for 10 points in the ball game as he will foul out. Kai Holmes at the line. Hucks it up and I think held his breath as that one hits the front iron and rolls down. Makes it a 5-point game, and the Irish doing what they needed to here in OT. They've grabbed the lead, looking to not surrender. They lead it 81-75. 2-possession game. Scott into the front court, hands it off. Left side to Frabel. Crossover behind the back at the free throw line. Gets stuck at the right of the lane, and now a turnover up the floor. Gallick has it, lob underneath, and there is Kai Holmes. And Cinderella turning into a pumpkin for the Indians here in OT. Under 2 minutes to go. Roseburg has not scored in overtime. Harrison Scott, a lot of dribbling left side. Will draw it back out, 22 seconds to play. Minute 45. Driving right side, Scott, step back three, off the mark. And the rebound, oh, that's a travel. Shuck trying to claim that he had a guy all over him. There was some contact, but not enough to warrant giving him a foul call. He just drags the plant foot. Underneath, Scott. Lob out to the top. The Frabel marked by Gallick. Minute 37, 32 seconds on the shot clock. Frabel attacks right hand. Pass across the lane to Gavin Michael. Turnaround jumper, it's too strong. Shuck comes down with the board. Roseburg's had some looks, they just can't get him to fall. Trailing by 8. It's been all Sheldon in OT. Bounce it away right side. Back out to the top. Handed off by Shuck to Gallick. They're running out time here. Holmes will hold down to 62 seconds to play in the ball game. And Holmes to the rim gets the whistle. Can't get the bucket, but will get the whistle. So headed to the free throw line once again will be Kai Holmes. And this is going to be the fourth foul on Gannon Egbert. Coach Brian Brancato out there in the ear of the officials. Not happy about something, it seems, although he does give a pat onto the shoulder to the official. Now he's still back in his face, but they seem to be all right. He's just a very direct talker, you could say. 58.9. And Holmes will hit the first. Much more fluid on that one. .84-75. It's been all Sheldon. Roseburg scoreless in OT. Off the miss. Fight for it underneath. Gavin Michael gets tied up. Possession arrow will favor Roseburg. So they'll get the ball after the miss. Roseburg will get it, but it has been all Sheldon here in OT as the Irish wake up. They've gone on a 9-0 run in overtime, and Roseburg watching their hopes of the upset starting to fade away. Inbound to the backcourt. Harrison Scott weaves his way up the floor behind the back dribble. Left side, step back for the three. Well off the mark. And that will probably spell the end of tonight's comeback. Foul by Roseburg will walk the other direction. I guess both teams are still, I took the graphic off, but both teams are still in the bonus. And at the line will be Matt Schuck for the second time tonight. Hit 1 out of 2 in the fourth quarter. We were tied at 75 at the end of regulation. Schuck just barely touches the front of the iron. One more coming here. Gets the second. 10-point ball game. Crazy to say that's the score after Roseburg fought all the way back to tie this one up. 3 straight free throws by Harrison Scott to tie the game. Tristan Frabel will get a free pass to the rim. He lays it in, but it's going to be too little, too late most likely as Roseburg commits the foul and we walk the other direction. I believe it'll be Kai Gallick that will go to the free throw line. Harrison Scott hitting the 3 free throws. Clutch buckets with 2.6 on the clock to tie it up and force it to overtime. As Kai Gallick misses his free throw. Have another one coming. 8-point ball game here for Roseburg, trailing the Irish. Gallick hits the second to make it a 9-point game. 86-77. Up the floor, racing right side. Get around everybody, headed to the rim. It's off the mark. Gavin Michael fights for the rebound, but a jump ball, and it'll give it back to the Irish with 20.2 to play. Preston Sprague had a good night, good second half as he really fought well in the middle, and Roseburg will foul and we'll get free throws the other way. Preston Sprague did a nice job fighting in the middle. Gannon Egbert also had a nice night here tonight. He's still out there. Sprague is fouled out. Egbert by my tally, I've got him down for 13 points in this one. He had some big buckets for the Indians in the second half. Harrison Scott has done kind of his usual. I think he's around 15 points for the ball game. As headed to the line, Marzano will shoot free throws with 19.2 on the clock. He knocks down the first. Tristan Frabel having another big night. Frabel with 15 in the ball game as well. So Roseburg has had a very evenly played night here tonight. Second free throw goes down for Marzano. He's been the best free throw shooter on the floor for the Irish. Up the floor, poked away and taken away by Sheldon. 12 seconds to go. Sheldon will dribble out the clock here in OT. And Roseburg will commit a foul. Frabel will commit the foul with the time stop. They probably could have let it be an 11-point game. 88-77. Sheldon is going to escape the upset attempt by Roseburg. The Indians came out, never relented against this Sheldon team as first one goes through for Gallick. Same story that it was down in Roseburg, except for the Indians this time did not wilt down the stretch, but Roseburg never gave in to the Irish. But in the overtime period, just could not get the shots they needed to go down. Frabel puts up a 3, no. Rebound underneath is good for Gavin Michael, and that will spell the end of this one. It's a 10-point win for the Sheldon Irish in OT. Great effort tonight by Roseburg, a team that has been down all season, been kind of beaten and drugged here tonight and all season long. But tonight they fight their way back, and they're able to put a scare into the Sheldon Irish. Sheldon gets the win. They will hope to see maybe South Medford lose across town over at the Purple Pit at South Eugene. If South Eugene can pull off an upset against South Medford, then the Irish are in business with the Southwest Conference still within reach with one league game left to go. Final score 89-79 here in OT. We've got Blazers basketball coming up in a few. We're going to take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll wrap it up for you and get you to Blazers basketball here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today. Financial security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Back here, we're going to make it a quick post game as the Roseburg Indians fall in OT, and a good one here tonight. Sorry to Coach Brett Nixon. He came by asking about a post-game interview. We'll catch him next in the post-game. We'll get some quotes from him for the game recap for online at 541radio.com. But we're going to make it quick so that we can get you to Blazers basketball for those that are here on the score. They're just getting ready to tip things off against the Denver Nuggets coming up. But Roseburg battles their way back. They trailed 47-37 at halftime. It was 57-49 at the end of three quarters. They rally back to tie it up 75-all at the end of four, force it into OT. But Sheldon comes out red hot in overtime, and they will go to a 89-79 victory tonight against the Roseburg Indians as they pull away in the extra period. Taking a look at some scores, Roseburg finishes with 5 players in double figures, led by Tristan Frabel with tying his season high with 19. Also had 15 for Harrison Scott, 13 for Gannon Egbert, 10 for Preston Sprague before he fouled out of the game. 11 in there for Jaden Kemmerly as well. You also had 4 points for Gavin Michael, 2 for Marcus Lobo, and Roseburg, a good all-around game, getting a great effort from a lot of players throughout this one here tonight. On the other side, for the Sheldon Irish, leading scorer in the game with 36 was Kai Holmes. He had a big night, had an opportunity for more if he could have hit some free throws, but he finishes with 36 to lead all scorers in this one. Also with double figures, 20 points tonight for Gino Marzano. As he goes, he was pretty good at the free throw line. And had a big night here tonight. 9 points for Kai Gallick, Kai Gallick with the 9 points. Cooper Anderson with 7, 6 for Matt Shuck, 6 for Garrett Cupp, 2 for Kayvon Jones-Kelly, and 2 for Sam Harrison here tonight. Roseburg, a heck of a game. This was a fun one. Nice to see this team has not given up on the season, still putting forth some good, big effort. I know it's been a bit of a lost season for some of these guys, but they're still out there putting in everything they can to try and come away with a win. So a big one here tonight against the Sheldon team that is amongst the top in the conference standings. Congratulations to Roseburg on a hard-fought ball game here tonight. We're going to wrap it up there, folks. That was our Winston Auto Care post-game stat update. Your home team for auto repair for over 25 years. Give them a call at 541-679-8685. Blazers basketball is coming up next. Before we send it to the Blazers, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg basketball here on The Score. Final score once again here tonight in overtime, 89-79. The Sheldon Irish beat the Roseburg Indians as the Irish will prevail and avoid a scare by the Tribe. Coming up next for Roseburg, they are back at home for senior night on Tuesday night. They'll host the South Eugene Axe at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. We hope you can join us for that one. That game's scheduled for a 6:45 start time. That means our pregame coverage will start at 6:30. I want to say thanks to the Sheldon Irish for hosting us here tonight. I want to say thanks to Athletic Director Adam Blue, Head Coach Brett Nixon, and the entire Roseburg boys basketball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg basketball here on The Score. I want to say thanks to Dale Cranford back in the studio for the radio production here tonight. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keeran. Coming up next, it's Blazers basketball here on The Score. They're just about to tip things off against the Denver Nuggets, so stay tuned for that coming up in just a moment. And make sure you tune in next Tuesday night when the Roseburg Indians wrap up the regular season hosting the South Eugene Axe. Pre-game coverage gets started at 6:30. You can find it streaming with live video at 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel, or you can, of course, tune in for Roseburg High Sports right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.